evening, I'm Byron Scott with a CTV News update. Well, local tenants hard-pressed to meet rent payments can rest a little easier for now. That's thanks to a county council vote this week. Patricia Vallone has our story.
The Prince George's County Council passes emergency legislation extending protections to renters for 90 days after the state of emergency ends. Now, the bill, which passed unanimously, was sponsored by Jolene Ivey and co-sponsored by all council members. Now, it supplements the state's ban on COVID-19 caused evictions by prohibiting rent increases and suspends penalties and late fees for renters who are in arrears. The bill also encourages payment plans for those behind on their rent and is effective retroactively to March 5th. Now, this eviction protection will stay in effect until August 31st. I'm Patricia Vallone, CTV News.
In the wake of the George Floyd killing, activists and several Prince George's school board members had called for the removal of armed police at county schools. Well, it looks like the cops are going to stay, at least for now. The board tabled the proposal last night. Members decided to postpone discussion until the current contract with the police department expires. COVID-19 Phase 2 reopening begins in a few days in Prince George's County. Katira Jones has that update.
That's right, Byron. The county will begin reopening beginning on Monday, June 15th at 5 p.m. Retail stores will be able to open with no more than 50% capacity. Barbershops, hair and nail salons are allowed to open, but by appointment only. Places of worship will be able to open with no more than 25% capacity. Now, some businesses that will remain closed throughout the county are gyms, indoor pools, casinos, and amusement parks. Although the county is reopening, officials still want to urge residents to limit non-essential trips. Reporting in the newsroom, Katira Jones, CTV News.
The Prince George's Memorial Library System is embarking on a landmark project aimed at documenting how Prince George's coped with the pandemic. It's called Archiving the Pandemic. The library is asking residents to share their personal stories, photographs, art, music, videos, recipes, things you think would help the library document this moment in time. This will allow, they say, future generations see how we dealt with the pandemic.
The amazing thing with this opportunity is that it's being done across the country in a lot of libraries. So when all of these libraries around the country have these digital archives, researchers in the future, and even just average everyday citizens will be able to go online and see what happened in Prince George's County. How did we come together to really take care of each other, even though we're dealing with a very high incidence of COVID.
To take part, go online at pr@pgcmls.info and put archiving the pandemic on the search line. Well, the University of Maryland considers a tuition freeze at all 11 of its universities for the coming academic year. The move comes as many families nationwide face major financial challenges amid the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic downturn. The recommendation must be voted on by the full board of regents before it goes into effect. The next full board meeting is scheduled for June 19th. Teens, listen up. If the nation's current climate is leaving you stressed, join the virtual Youth Speaks Crisis Cool Down event tomorrow afternoon. Keisha Butts explains youngsters will share poetry and much more.
That's right. Well, teens will share poetry on issues such as mental health, voter registration, and community policing during the Crisis Cool Down event. Nicole Jackson-Young with the Prince George's County Office of Community Relations says this event will allow teens to take a much-needed break, and it will also allow them to discuss ways they can change their communities.
What we want the goal to be for the actual event and beyond is to hear your peers, and then let's talk about actionable strategy, and then let's hold local government, myself included, along with my colleagues, hold us accountable. You know, if we say that we're going to develop actionable strategy, what does that mean?
The county's Office of Community Relations and Parks and Recreations are hosting the event. That's tomorrow from 1 to 2 p.m. You must register for the event at ocr.mypgc.us, and you have until tomorrow to do so. This is Keisha Butts with CTV News.
Well, summer fun returns to the County Parks Department. Normal activities will be reduced, but outdoor programs will be held for kids ages 6 to 12. Virtual summer clubhouses will be held as well. If you'd like to dip your toes in the water, outdoor pools will be open at a limited capacity on July 1st. For details on all activities, visit pgparks.com.
Hi everybody and welcome to this CTV Sports Report. Tonight we start with soccer. The NWSL is going to be the first United States Pro League to come back and play from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Washington Spirit will play in the Challenge Cup in Utah, a 1-month-long tournament. The team is excited to be back on the field training, getting ready to play, and talked about how the season is going to be different.
There's been significant changes. You know, a periodization plan of 33 weeks with 24 matches is vastly different than what we've got for 8-9 weeks and 4 minimum, 7 maximum matches with a limited period between games that really only allows for a recovery day, a maintenance day, a review day, and a prep day. So, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. It's a tournament format, so those players on our team who've played in tournaments before will understand it. Some of the younger players who've not been in tournament formats before may struggle. But our job is to get them ready and prepare them both physically, mentally, and tactically for everything that's going to take place in Utah, and that's what we're trying to do right now.
Nice. I mean, I think we're all eager to get back playing, and it is nice to kind of be settled into one team at a time and be able to put all our energy towards this tournament. Yeah, I'm just happy to be back, happy to be training. It's been a long 3 months, but obviously it was necessary given everything that's going on, but happy to be back.
As a unit, we're still focusing on just one day at a time and improving and growing. We've got a lot of new players that we have to quickly integrate into the group. So if anything, it kind of speeds up the process, just having this shortened preseason and knowing that we don't have a full season to develop. So just making sure we're all on the same page and trying to quickly get everyone together and improving.
To baseball, the 2020 MLB draft is now in the rearview mirror as it was cut from 40 to 5 rounds. Orioles general manager Mike Elias and his scouts now prepare to sign amateur free agents. We talked to him about that process earlier this week.
The league has mandated that there be a quiet period until 2 days after the draft is over. And at that point in time, the recruiting process for undrafted players can and will begin. And we're totally prepared for that. We've got recruiting materials prepared in terms of video and then also written materials about the opportunity that exists in our system. We've had relationships that we've been building with these kids as a amateur scouting department, and also our player development department is involved in those efforts as well. And we think that this is a terrific place to come sign if you're an undrafted free agent for a number of reasons. We're on the cutting edge of player development. We have a lot of track record and success with player development. We saw a big step forward from our players last year using these results. We've got more on the horizon in terms of things that we're going to be introducing.
And the Orioles and all teams in Major League Baseball can start signing these amateur free agents tomorrow. And that is your CTV Sports Report.
And that wraps up CTV News for tonight. I'm Byron Scott. Good night.
For the latest information on COVID-19 in Maryland, visit the State Health Department website. That's health.maryland.gov. Again, health.maryland.gov. Click the link to the COVID-19 information portal. There you'll find all the latest information about coronavirus. You'll find daily updates on cases and fatalities. Answers to questions about testing and the governor's stay-at-home order are available as well. For specific information about Prince George's, visit PrinceGeorgesCountyMD.GOV. That's PrinceGeorgesCountyMD.GOV. The site offers information about local services for residents and businesses. There's a link for COVID-19 relief donations. Also, food pantry locations are listed. And if you have any questions, call the county COVID-19 hotline at 301-883-6627. That's 301-883-6627.